boys and girls out there in YouTube land. Thanks for watching another episode of Mr. GM Fan working on a Volkswagen. It's my daughter's car, and I was doing some maintenance to it, changing the oil, checking it over, making sure all the fluids are full, checking the brakes, rotate the tires. Thought I'd do a quick video on replacing the air filter. This is a 2016 Volkswagen Jetta Model S. I think it's the absolutely lowest model that Volkswagen sells. I wanted something simple for her, nothing fancy, as much analog as possible, but it still has a nice radio, down to the nitty-gritty. This car was manufactured in Puebla, Mexico, and it has the 1.4 liter turbo, tried and true Volkswagen engine, great mileage. One little unique thing about it that I can see is the air filter. It can be frustrating if you go about it the wrong way. I've replaced this once or twice. This rig's got 100,000 miles on it now, so it's time to get the air filter changed. Again, she doesn't live in country roads in Iowa, so chances are good that the oil filter or the air filter doesn't look that bad, but it's got quite a few miles on it, so let's change it. Good opportunity to show you guys how to take it out without cracking the plastic. Again, once I bring you in here, you're going to kind of see. But enough talk. Let's start taking this thing out. All right, well, let's bring you in here first. Try to hold this as steady as I can. So again, this is a Volkswagen 1.4 liter turbo. This is a 2016 model. Air filter is found in here. This is your case. So basically, you see some tabs right here, but don't try to push on these right now, because there's either one or two screws in here. So you have to remove this housing, and I found the best way is to just remove these clips, use a sliding pliers like this. It works about the best. Just grab on here, slide in, do the same thing here, grab in, pull in, and slide that out, and then this should come out. Don't forget this little hose down here too. Take a screwdriver and push that off slowly. So let's get you set up on the tripod, and I'll show you how to take this out. Okay, hopefully I've got this in the picture. Okay, can you see my hand? Yep. And here's the other clip. Okay, so first let's get these clips removed. Get your slider in the right spot here on your, pull it in a little bit. There we go. Now easy does it, fellas. You don't want to break any of this plastic. So let's clip that and then slide her back. So don't get your fingers stuck in there either. Okay, is that going to give us enough? Oh yeah. Okay, now do the same thing to this one. Squeeze her and get her off of that slot and slowly disengage, not to crack or bend this pipe. All right, now we'll get a screwdriver and carefully pry this off. Don't rush. You don't want to break any of this stuff. With availability and prices from anything imported from Germany right now, you don't want to break it. There we go. Okay, now that's off. Now, lift up and get this pried off. That appears to be a little stuck right there, so let's try and loosen this up as well. see where she wants to disengage. Alrighty. There we go. Now this unit just pops right out. So just be patient. And if you're patient, you won't break anything. So I've got the connections loose. I cracked them free while it was still in place. So these should just slide off. Just be very careful. Yep, here it comes. Alrighty. Again, that's a little tip. Make sure that that's loose first while this is still engaged in the little 3 clips. But when I pop it off, I'll show you. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now, we'll get this sucker removed off of here. Oh, that looks all nice and clean underneath there. Okay, come on now. I guess theoretically you could probably just leave that connected. I think I took it off the last time, but I'd kind of like to make sure everything's nice and clean. Alrighty, there we go. Now I was able to get that clamp pulled away from this connection a little better. There she goes. Just gotta be patient, fellas. You don't want to break anything. So here's what she looks like. Here's those 2 screws I was talking about. Now once you remove, here, let me get up in the camera a little better. Once you remove these 2 screws, this is going to come apart very easily. Let's set that back over here. Before we forget, let's put this clamp back. All right, get this guy back on there. Get the dust all, there we go. Okay, that should work just fine. Nothing got marred or scratched or cracked. So, let's just make sure there's nothing leaking on the inside. I don't see anything. So I think we should be good. There. All right, so now let's take this apart. Grab a Phillips. Am I still in the camera? Yep, good. All righty. One down, one to go. I was a betting man. I would say that this filter probably looks pretty good, but I'll put a new one in anyway. All right, she wants to stay in there, but I think we're disengaged. Now, if you can see, here's these little clips that hold that into place. So, whoops, wire wire tangle up here. All right, let's start disengaging these babies. Again, be careful. You don't want to break any of this stuff. There we go. Easy peasy. Alrighty, we got this side off. Let's flip her around. Get this side disengaged. Come on. Get off of there. Okay, looks like we just about got that one. There's this one. Come on. Get off of there. Again, patience is the key, fellas. You don't want to crack this. There, we got her apart. And like I thought, it doesn't look too bad. Nope, it doesn't. Hey, oh, we got Mrs. GM fan out here. Want to jump in the camera, Mrs. GM fan? Okay, all right. Well, as I thought, this filter doesn't look too bad, but we're going to replace it anyway. So let me go over. Here is the Napa part number for this one. Again, I like to use my Napa parts. Sure, oh yeah, it's the same as the Volkswagen filter. Same, probably either a Mala or, let's see, what do we got here? Made in Poland. So, doesn't say the manufacturer, but I'm guessing it's a Mala or a MAN filter. Okay, so let's just make sure that, yep, they're identical. So let's get our new filter placed into here. What you want to do is you want to make sure it sits nicely inside this little valley in here. You've gone this far, you don't want to mess up the last step of the operation. There. Seems to fit in there real nice. Now here you want to make sure those are fully seated. Right where those little screws are. Let me just take it out of the picture here just to make sure I've got it all in there nice and straight. Yep. Alrighty. Looks like the filter is sitting there. Okay, I'm going to take this out of the camera and just kind of wipe this out, the housing, and then I think we're good to reassemble. Okay. Filter is in there nice and flat. So let's reassemble it. Fortunately, they offset the holes, so it's idiot-proof for Mr. GM fan. And get around there. You may have to tuck the filter elements in there a little bit. There we go. Again, just be patient. There's no rush. You don't want it, you want it in there straight, and you don't want to crack anything. And it looks to me that we are accomplishing that. Alrighty. Alright, are these clicked in there? Yep. Oh, one more left. We have to kind of push this up. There we go. Okay. One last look. Just make sure that that gasket has seated on your air filter. It's all nice and level. That looks good. Okay, it's as easy as that. Nothing broke, nothing cracked. Let's get these screws back in again. Okay. Oh, wrong screwdriver. There we go. All right, get your Phillips screwdriver. Now don't over tighten these either. Just want them snug. Don't go overboard. Like I said, don't crack anything, for goodness sakes. Everybody wants to over tighten everything. These are small Phillips screws and plastic, fellas. Don't over snug or don't over tighten. Just snug them up. There. Okay. Oh, also, while I got it in this position, see, here's the connecting point. There's 3 connecting points for this housing. And you can see it on top of the intake manifold. So there's 3 little balls on some pedestals that these pop into. It's called Sill Guide from Napa. I really like it. I use it for just about anything. Let's do it this way, because next time I have to take this out, it's going to be a lot easier. All right. Just a little dab will do you. Don't get carried away. I know with farmers, we like to, if a little bit's good, a whole lot's better. Well, you don't want to get carried away, because all this is going to do is collect dust. If it oozes out, and it could just make it harder to take off. All right. Get it lined up in there. There we go. All right. Cap this up before I lose the cap and run over it. Okay. There we go. Got all 3 points snapped in. As you can see, that worked much easier. Put my hose back on again. Okay, let's just check before we tighten everything down, make sure everything locked into place. Oh yeah. And hopefully with that lube, it's going to be a little easier next time we have to take this apart. All right, pop this, get this seated on there fully. Come on now, get on there. There we go. All righty. All right, got our little marks. There are some couple little tab marks here. Get those lined up the best you can. You know what? I'm gonna light here. And where did I put that light? Alrighty. Oh, dummy, right here. All right. I just want to make sure I'm not kinking anything. Just do that last little check. Okay, everything looks good. All right, easy does it. Let's put these babies back into place. There we go. Okay, make sure this one is seated. Yep. There. Get this guy seated back on here. Just wiggle it back and forth like that to make sure she seats. All right, all of our marks are in place. Hose is back on. We have a new air filter in a Volkswagen 1.4 liter turbo. It's, you know, I'm sure if I replace these things every day, I could do it twice as fast, but when I do it every 50,000 miles, I kind of forget. But that's the way to take these out. Again, take your time, fellas. Don't rush it. You're just going to crack something. If you're not allowing yourself enough time to do these jobs, you're just going to end up cracking something. So plenty of time to do this, and you should be fine. So there you go. Thanks for watching another episode of Mr. GM Fan. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I've got some good stuff coming up. Next time I head out to the home place, we're going to work on that C60. We got the F-250, the 78 Ford F-250. We got that driving around now. Last thing, fellas, to do on that is to get the brakes going, get the brakes repaired. So we're going to put new brake cylinders in the rears. I think the front calipers are okay, and the pistons. What else? Oh, brake lines, of course. Going to have to put a master cylinder in there. She's pretty rough. But anyway, thanks for watching, and enjoy your weekend.